Michal Brandsegg-Nygard just scored the biggest goal of his career so far. At 9:22 into overtime, MBN drove the net and launched a backhand shot past Caden Primo and into the net, giving Grand Rapids a 4-3 win. MBN continues to show signs of a player that's adjusted to North American ice, and he will be ready, in my opinion, for a full-time run in the NHL next year. Let's take a look at this huge moment for MBN and for the Griffins as they prepare for another elimination game tomorrow. This is your 7-Minute Wings. Welcome back to the Red Wings Report with Strings and Pucks. This is Jeremy Laura. If you haven't yet, please click like and please click subscribe. Really want to try to get to 2,000 subscribers by the draft if we can, and every day there are new people stopping by, and I appreciate it. So we're going to jump right into the Griffins this time. Yesterday I talked a lot about feeling like Sebastian Cossa should get a look in net. Grand Rapids went back to Postava. By the beginning of the third period, Postava had let in 3 goals on just 14 shots. The team had to keep Chicago stifled completely. Grand Rapids outshot the Wolves 17-3 in a third period where no one scored. Overall, Grand Rapids outshot Chicago 22-6 between the third period and overtime before they finally broke through and were able to shut this game down. He's now given up 7 goals in his last 2 games. He does not look the same. And for the life of me, after that third goal went in, I just kept waiting for them to make the switch, put Cossa in. They're not. So this morning, as I'm putting all my notes together, there again, I talked about this. Octopus Thrower had suggested that the Edmonton Oilers are making a trade or trying to make a trade for one of Detroit's goaltending prospects, and he hinted that it's going to be Cossa. Well, he did another X-post that Frank Saravalli says Cossa is on the move this summer. Again, nobody else is corroborating this. Saravalli's not the most solid source either, but this is the only one that's saying it, and so far now he has 2 posts that seem to indicate Kossa's on his way out of town, possibly to Edmonton. So maybe they're working on a deal and they're sitting him for now. I don't know. That's pretty tinfoil hat for my taste, but... So Carter Mazur opened the scoring in this one. That's his 5th goal, 6th point of the postseason. Mazur's another guy that when he's going at the AHL level, remember he opened the year super hot. He was leading the Griffins in goals. Then he gets injured, gets derailed. This is a player they want at the NHL level, but he's got to stay healthy. So he's got 5 goals and 1 assist in 7 games. Really impressive on goal scoring, and he breaks through for the team. And then one player who's been way too quiet, John Leonard, gets his first of the postseason. You can see the relief on his face when this one goes in. Leonard, this past season, was insane at times. At one point, he was a 20-goal and 20-game scorer for the AHL. He was on this absolute roll. He started getting call-ups to Detroit, so that kind of derailed him in the goal-scoring race for the AHL, but just unbelievable what he did in the regular season, but he's gone absolutely ice cold in the postseason at this point. So Leonard breaks through. If he can heat up, this is a guy who can string together multiple multi-goal games. So love to see him get hot after that. And at that point, the Griffins are up 2-0. The Wolves come back and score the next 3 goals and take the lead. And again, they only had 14 shots on net at that point when they take the lead. So Tyler Angle, another player, gets his first goal of the postseason and ties it up. Beauty on the power play. Then the Griffins completely take over the game. Third period, they're out shooting Chicago 17-3. They carry that into overtime, and Michal Brandsegg-Nygard, in a sequence where Grand Rapids started the play in the defensive zone on a face-off, he takes a pass skating backward in the neutral zone, turns around, skates through 2 defensemen, in on net, backhand shot, ends the game. That was his 6th shot of the night. He led the team in shots on net. He's now got 4 goals and 3 assists, 7 points in 7 postseason games. MBN has ramped up his intensity. As the pressure increases, so does his attention in the game. He comes flying off the bench. He's throwing the body every chance he gets. Before this game winner, he was making plays, setting up opportunities. Really one of the most noticeable Griffins on the ice in the postseason. His issue crossing to the NHL is going to be the 200-foot game and just the lulls. So in the offensive zone on the power play, MBN and ASP, they work amazing together. There's a lot of times where you'll see them both on the blue line, 2 right-handed shots setting up a play. And in the game before, there were these sequences where it'd be ASP to MBN, MBN on net, someone else chips in the rebound. They work great together setting up those sequences. But it's going to be the 200-foot game that's going to give him issues. The few NHL players I've ever talked to that I've actually had the ability to kind of hang out with and pick their brain a little bit, very rare, they seem to agree on this. You can teach defense, but at this level, someone either has a knack for scoring or they don't. MBN seems to have a nose for the net, so he can learn the defensive side of the game. And I think you're really looking at the missing components Detroit desperately needs. Someone who will get on net, he's got a deceptive shot, he takes no time to get the puck off, and he can skate in and do that deceptive backhand. He's a right-handed shot. He can hold off defenders with one arm. I've seen him skate in on net one-handed, shielding the puck and going in like the power forwards back in the day used to do quite a bit. So really excited about this. Huge game win for Grand Rapids, and MBN's at the front of it. Now they have to do it again. They got to win the next 2 games straight to get to the next round. So hopefully tomorrow they can replicate this and we can get some goaltending that shuts down the Wolves. I'd love to see the Griffins break through and have kind of a blowout in this series to get the game back to Grand Rapids for game number 5. But we'll see how it goes. This was your 7-Minute Wings.